Yeah, Richie Rich here, helping people overcome fear with some peace. So, what's today's theme? Today's theme is stop trying to convince everybody. And and sometimes I'm guilty of that as well. That's why I talk about it on my podcasts. And yeah, a lot of people are not agreeing with you. And so now you gotta feel like you need to convince them. And that's probably not a good thing to do. There's a difference between convincing and informing, I kind of like to say, but convincing is more of an aggressive way of getting your point across and trying to imply that you are right and they are wrong. So I don't do that. I don't try, at least I don't want to be doing that. I don't think I do it, but I might do it accidentally. But I always try to inform people on a general level. And I do it as well as a non-critical way. So, one way I do that is I don't address the person as the first person. Okay? So, for example, let's say you don't, this person is not agreeing to your point. Okay? So I don't sit there and say to them, well, you should do this and you should do that, and you're not, you need to research, you need to do this, and that's where I think is the wrong approach to trying to convince people, which you're not supposed to try and convince, to inform people. So what do? I kind of come from an angle of a third person view and also what I do. So, for example, let's say you don't agree to a certain fact or figure of a certain what's going on in today's society. Okay, we can talk about what's going on in medically, and there's a lot of division on both sides. And basically, I said I don't come across and say, well, you should listen to me because of this, and I'm right and you're wrong, and that's the wrong approach. What I do is look and try to explain. Well, no, for example, there's a lot of research out there explaining X, Y, Z, and scientists are agreeing with this point, and they're not getting the proper say in the public view, and we should be able to have a critical discussion. Another way of doing it is people are choosing this because of X, Y, and Z, whatever your topic is, because that's what they feel they have their right, or they have their proper research, everything else. Or another way is myself. Well, this is the way I look at it. Like, I look at it this way. That's a good opening line. I look at it this way, and you do not go and say you. Now you're pointing fingers at them, and they're going to feel resentful because they may not be feeling they're being heard, or you're putting them down, or you're not giving them a chance to speak or to counteract sometimes. So I don't go you. There's a few times you might use the word you, but it can't be confrontational, and it has to be more complimentable, more of a compliment or a side note. It says that it's not going to be an aggressive attack on them. And in this age, everybody's worried about the other person's feelings, and frankly, I don't care what other people feel about me, but I try to be respectful of people's feelings, but at the end of the day, it's their choice how they feel. I can't control how people think about me. And I've always said, whatever people think about me is none of my business, because I can't change it. So getting back to convincing, I come across it as a third point of view, third party. I use words like people, scientists, doctors, or maybe news agencies, and just trying to get across. And plus, when you do that, it puts the onus on the other person. So, well, you could say, well, this news agency was reporting on this fact and figure. Maybe you should check it out and try to prove me wrong. And maybe I am wrong. Don't know. But everybody's going against the one narrative, and it gets really dangerous when people are sitting there accusing each other, or one party is accusing the other, and no give. It's like as soon as they say the wrong word, they're attacking the other person because they don't like that person at all, and there's no open discussion to say, like, chill, breathe, chill. Understand this person has a different viewpoint. Let the person speak. And anything else, even though they're coming across to you as aggressive, using the words I said before, like you aren't doing this, you said this, that. Yeah, you gotta take that with. You really gotta take that with some integrity. And getting back to about when you're dealing with like I said before about using you. Obviously, there's going to be certain circumstances where you're going to have to say you, because you might having a discussion about that other person and what they did to you or to someone else. So you might have to use the word you, especially if it deals with that other person. So obviously, you can't come in from a third-party view or another part of view. What I was trying to get at is more of a discussion of a certain topic that's not... how can I say? Well, you can use that quite a bit in politics, because people are pretty, how can I say? They're pretty dynamic when they're talking about their type of politics. So you don't want to use the word you a lot. And you want to use other appropriate names. So anyway, that's it for today. Don't try to convince people, just trying to inform people, and try not to be aggressive with the you and pointing fingers at them. Be a more third person point of view, or come from my point of view. Is, well, I think this and I think that, and if the other person made you angry, you say, well, I feel. So you don't say you make me angry. You got me angry. No, I felt violated, or I felt very disheartening, or something that we were talking when we were talking about a certain subject. That's another word too you can use. I know it's going to end here, but we, make sure you say we, because you're in a complimentary way, so it doesn't feel like you're pointing fingers again if you're talking about that. So for an example, let's say you're talking to your spouse, and so the spouse says, you didn't do the dishes tonight, and it's your turn, and meanwhile you might have said, you might have knew you did them the night before, and it was her turn or his turn. Doesn't matter. Just come and look. We need to discuss this and see how we do this, and don't go off on a tangent. So anyway, I'm Richie Rich. I have my book called Manifest What Loves You, and you can email me at courageousrich@gmail.com. And what else? I think that's about it. And today's about not trying to convince people, just trying to inform them if they want to be informed. That's key. If they want to be informed, you don't want to be throwing things down their throat if they don't want to. So, anyway, I'm Richie Rich, helping people overcome their fear with some peace. Anyway, we'll talk to you later. Bye for now.